Hey, what's up there, YouTubers? Edgemon Syndrome coming to you guys today with another deck tech. So today we are going to be going away from Standard and we're going to be looking at Modern. So today I'm going to be showing you guys the Boros Aggro deck that I have for Modern. Now, you have to keep in mind that I play Modern more as a casual format than I do as a competitive format, just because I don't always head out to all of the serious tournaments and stuff like that like I do for Standard. I take Standard a lot more seriously. So this is just what I play at like my local shops whenever we have tournaments for Modern and stuff like that. But nonetheless, I'm going to break it down for you guys. It's a very fun deck, very straightforward. And if you guys have any suggestions for decks that you would like to see, please leave them in the comments down below. So the first thing that we are taking a look at here is the mana base for the deck. So we're running 23 lands. First off, we have Arid Mesa. So we're running a playset of Arid Mesa. Let's search for a plains or a mountain. So the nice thing about this deck is it plays off of landfall a little bit. So that's one of the fun things about it. We have Marsh Flats, so letting us search for a plains in this deck. The swamp is irrelevant. So we have a playset of Marsh Flats. Scalding Tarn, we also have a playset of this as well. So letting us search for a mountain. And I have Clifftop Retreat here. So I'm running 3 of these. It should be Sacred Foundry, but I don't have them. So for you guys that have more money for the format and have more of the Shocklands and stuff like that, you can put them in. But I've just been running 3 Clifftop Retreat. Just because I don't have any of the Shocklands. So 3 of those. And then we're running 4 plains. I can get a grip on them. There we go. So 4 plains and 4 mountains. So very straightforward mana base. You pretty much have your fetch lands that are going to help you with landfall with creatures like Steppe Lynx and Plated Geopede. But other than that, I mean, it's really obvious. Even if you don't play Modern or landfall decks or anything like that, it's really easy to catch on with a deck like this one. Now, pretty much everything else. First off with the creatures, starting with the lowest mana cost, we have Figure of Destiny, so we're running a playset. For you guys that have played with Figure of Destiny, you know it's an awesome card, but for you guys that haven't played with him, basically he can turn himself into a 2/2, then a 4/4, then an 8/8 with flying and first strike. So the first ability you pay 1 red or white into. The second one is then 3 mana, and then the last one is 6 mana. So each time it gets more costly to make him into a different creature, but nonetheless, it's an awesome way to just have one creature become really super big. And the nice thing about it is, even though we're not running a Shocklands, the Shocklands for this deck, which we could search with our fetch lands, this card is a little bit more permissible to run in the build. So it's not really biased on any color, but we're running a playset just because he's such an awesome card, just really awesome. So playset of Figure of Destiny. Then we have Steppe Lynx, so 0/1 for 1 white. Landfall gets +2/+2 anytime a land enters the battlefield under our control. So we're running a playset of Steppe Lynx. Also gets somewhat big pretty easily. So playset. Then we have Grim Lavamancer, so this is going to play off of our fetch lands that are in our grave, as well as non-creature spells, and also, I guess, creatures as well that have hit the graveyard. So you get to kind of play around with that. Exile 2 cards from your graveyard, tap them, and he deals 2 damage to target creature or player. So it can help with getting rid of creatures, but more so than anything, it's going to just shock our opponent. So we have 3 Grim Lavamancer. We have Thalia, Guardian of Thraben. So we're running a playset of her, and even though it may seem like it's really bad for the deck, like it's really counterintuitive, she is really good against other types of decks like Storm. Anything that tries to ramp up a ridiculous amount of mana, stuff like Past in Flames, decks that revolve around that. But generally, Thalia is really good. She doesn't make anything in our deck cost more than 4 mana, so that's always nice. And if you have stuff like Figure of Destiny, you can work around that. Grim Lavamancer, activate the abilities around that. But Thalia is really good against other decks that like to use a lot of non-creature spells. So, playset of Thalia. And she has First Strike, which isn't bad. Next we have Plated Geopede, so another First Strike creature. 1/1 for 2 mana, 1 generic, 1 red. And landfall whenever a land enters the battlefield under our control. Plated Geopede gets +2/+2. So, he can easily be a 5/5 and just wreck. So, playset of them Geopedes. And we have Sara Avenger. So, playset of this as well. 3/3 for 2 white mana. You can't cast her during your first, second, or third turns of the game. So that's the only drawback to it, but the flying and vigilance is absolutely amazing with Serra Avengerr, just because she just gets there. The evasion with it is really nice, especially once you hit into an Ajani and then start dropping +1/+1s on Sara Avenger, or give her double strike. That's also awesome. But on her own, flying and vigilance is really nice because she can swing in and also be a blocker. So it's not, you don't really get anything bad out of her other than the fact that you can't cast her until after your third turn. But it's not bad. So playset of Sara Avenger, always awesome. And then we are getting into our non-creature spells. So first off, we have Ajani, Calder of the Pride. So we're only running 2 of these in the deck. Works really well with a lot of different creatures. Mainly for the +1 and the -3 is why we're going to have him in here. +1 gives a creature a +1/+1 counter, essentially. -3 gives a creature flying and double strike until the end of the turn. And -8 is put X amount of 2/2 white cat creature tokens onto the battlefield, where X is your life total. So I really don't get into that -8 too often. I do get it in some games, but the -8, if I can hit it, all the better. But really what we have him here is for the +1 and the -3. That's what makes him great, especially when we have a lot of decent creatures that could be getting the counter or getting the double strike and flying. So 2 Ajani to make stuff bigger and more awesome. Oh, and I grabbed one of my Path to Exiles. Alright, so 2 Ajani, and then we're going to start another stack of cards. Path to Exile, so we're running a playset, as you guys could imagine. Exile target creature, then his or her, then opponent searches his or her library for a basic land, and they get to put it into the battlefield tapped. So the only drawback to that is they get to get a basic land, but other than that, being able to exile some big bulky creature that you don't want on the field is really nice. So playset a Path to Exile. Then we have Lightning Helix. So we have a playset of Lightning Helix, 1 red, 1 white. And we get to deal 3 damage to target creature or player, and then we gain 3 life. So nice way to gain back some life. Also get rid of creatures or just direct the damage at our opponent. Or planeswalkers as well. You can get rid of planeswalkers by redirecting it to that said planeswalker that you need to get rid of. And Lightning Bolt. So Lightning Bolt's our last card here. Deal 3 damage to target creature and or player. Well, or player, should I say. Not and or player, but deals 3 damage to target player or creature. So, as well, just like the Lightning Helix, pretty much either you burn your opponent or you get rid of a creature or a planeswalker. But yeah, that's pretty much the entire Boros deck that I have here. Like I said, it's really straightforward. There's not much to think about when it comes to stuff. Everything should be really obvious when you try to play test it and play it. But yeah, it's fun. It's definitely really aggressive. It's not a really lacking deck. I mean, what you could possibly add into it is the Sacred Foundry, but other than that, there's really not much that I would change around in here. But then again, I do only play Modern as a casual kind of format. But this deck was brought to you by abugames.com. They did take part in providing some of the cards for me, so please be sure to check them out. Their link is down below where you guys can do that. The entire deck list is down below, so you guys can check it out if you missed out on any of the card quantities. And please be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and you would like to see more videos. And remember to, as I said, like, favorite, and also subscribe to the channel for more daily Magic the Gathering videos, because they're always going to be up. So please be sure to check all of that stuff out that I talked about, like, favorite, and subscribe. And until next time, guys, have a wonderful, fun-filled Magic the Gathering day.